Hi Virgo, welcome to your reading for the month of February. I know that I'm pretty late. And like I said with Capricorn, is there still a use of putting a February reading on? And I really do think there is. Energy is fluid. So this might wear a label of February, but I'm definitely going to tune in a little bit to March energy as well, halfway through March. And so when this reading will find you, you're meant to hear it. So, Virgo, I'm keep hearing, because I already did a meditation for you guys 2 days ago, and I wrote certain things down. For the last 4 signs, I still had to record for you guys. I'm now hearing constantly, there's something in the water. There's something in the water. And I feel like this is connected to Pisces season very strongly. Like something in the depth of the water of Pisces season will show you where to go. It will show you something new, will bring you new energy. And I feel there's a new cause coming into your life, a new goal, a new purpose. Something new will find you, and you're going to follow it, or you're being asked to follow it in a new way. Certain things, and I'm just going to be real raw and honest with you guys. I'm just going to put everything on the table. I'm going to give you certain things. Not everything will be for you. Not everything will apply. Don't get triggered. But I just got certain things, your meditation, and I'm going to put it out there and reflect it on yourself. I'm just giving it. I'm not putting any judgment on anyone. I'm just going to give it, okay? For some of you, it's very important not to copy anyone's work. And it could be, at work, and to just copy that work and be like, okay, I did this. Or feel inspired by someone, but there's a difference between being inspired and being a copycat, or wanting to create exact same thing as another person felt guided to create. You're doing yourself short. You're cutting yourself short, because first of all, it will stop the flow of abundance coming into your life, because I feel that money is going to come into your life, and once it's there, it's surrounding you, it's an energy. And you put on barricades when you don't trust enough in your own abilities and your own creative energy flow to create something authentically from the heart, from you, from your soul. And if you just stay on the surface and just feel inspired by something and do something similar because you only believe in that extent that you can do only that, it's cutting yourself short, because you have so much more to offer. You have so much more to find within the depth of things. So I feel like there's something in the water that will show you exactly how deep things go, and how much more you have to learn, and how much excitement there is in that, and how much more you can grow and evolve and transform. So it's something I feel very strongly for you. There might be a person, might be a feminine energy coming into your life that show you exactly where to go, what to do, or inspires you, awakens something within you. I feel it's a feminine energy. It could be a man, a gender man, but whereas a lot of feminine energy, so they show up as a feminine. The same thing for Capricorn. I don't know if you have like Capricorn rising, or maybe this is your moon sign or your rising sign and you are actually a Capricorn, then the same message is showing up. It's a similar thing. I really feel that when you step into that enlightenment and when you step into that energy, stability arises from that. It's going to come to you. There's this stableness in this unknown. And it's important for you to really look at yourself. Let's say the last half year, how much have you been focused on spiritual things, on deeper meaning of things, or have been focused on the physical things, like a lot of online shopping, a lot of doing research on a new product? Like, where are you? Like, I'm not asking you to tell me. I'm asking you to ask yourself, like, level yourself. Like, how much have you been caught up in, like, buying things and feeling ways of buying things, and finding certain products, or doing a lot of research on physical things instead of the spiritual, the mental, there's a balance found in that. That's just like a mirror image. Like, it will show you exactly where you were leveling at, and then they're asking you to go deeper again. I'm hearing there's something in the water. All right, I'm going to pick up a tarot deck right now. I have a new deck. Oh, and I feel like dancing. You know, when you're eating something real good, and you're like, ooh, this is good. Yeah, she's finally with me. I wanted this deck for years, and now I finally have her. So, just tuning into the frequency. Okay. Let's see, I've got some message out for my Virgos. For now, in the next few weeks, what's coming through for my Virgos. There we go. You have the Ace of Wands with the High Priestess and the Five of Pentacles. There's this resistance within you if seeing beyond the physical. Seeing beyond what your bank account says, seeing beyond the things you have, seeing beyond what it has shown itself and prove itself to you, to look beyond. There's a resistance. And that resistance is keeping you in a similar loop. But like I said, like the Ace of Wands arises from the ground, something beautiful will take center place in your life. It's like it's coming up. It's arising. And it has great potential. But you have to understand, you have to pick and choose. What are you doing? Which side are you picking? Are you picking beautiful High Priestess who has higher knowledge, as above so below, who understands the depth of that, who has this book of wisdom, who understands the codes and the rules of the universe, understands the flows and accepts it and embraces it and becomes it? Or are you here looking at the things that you received from the hard work you've been putting in on the physical realm, staying on the physical or going beyond the physical? And that's something that they're saying. Is the glass half full or is it half empty? And I understand there's stress, there's pressure. Not for all of you, some of you have a lot of financial pressure. And it doesn't necessarily only have to be financial. It could also be just lacking in feeling and connection. Lacking in people showing up for you. But I do really see a shift happening there because you're adapting to a new version of yourself. Here we go, King of Wands, exactly accepting the wand, just as I imagine you too. I didn't expect anything less. A couple weeks from now, things are different. It feels different, it looks different, you're making different decisions, you're making decisions from a new place, and that shows up in your physical realm. It's just, you know, like for example, you have this, you know, this big test, okay, and you can even choose to not learn, not take time to study, and show up at the test and do the test. Oh, I'm sorry. Oof. Okay, girl. I had to sneeze because we're allowing the energy to release. I'm getting, you see goosebumps everywhere. It's an energy. Okay. Coming to a test, showing up, I'm prepared, thinking, you know, I'll just wing it this one. Or you could take time, study, you know, do a little extra research, really finding a place where you get excited about this thing or anything like that. Show up to the same test and you have two different results. But you did the same test. You could have had, you know, from the same test, you could have two different options and outcomes. And it's the same when it comes to things showing up in the physical. It's not about what shows up. It's about doing the test. And it all happens above. Outside, you know, inside of ourselves, but outside the physical, inside. So when things shift there, when you shift how you show up to the test, of course your results will be different. The outcome will be different. But the test is still the same. But you took personal responsibility and power to say, I'm going to show up differently to the test, so I will have different results. That's what I'm seeing, that's what I'm feeling. You're making different decisions from a different place, so your results will be different. And it all has like to do with feeling much more connected to it. Feeling like your hermit is hurt. The wisdom of your hermitness. Inside hermit. 6 of Pentacles. You see, it's already starting to happen. When you start to make different decisions, you're not feeling this lack anymore. What are you getting? You're getting support. You're getting things coming back to you because you felt worthy to study for the test. And to show up in a new way. Because you deserve a different outcome. You knew it took that inner work. You knew it took that time apart. You knew it took the time of like decluttering your home. And, you know, giving away things you no longer need. Instead of holding on to it and not creating space for anything new. You created that space. You showed up differently to the test. And so different results will come. People will start to treat you differently. Because it's not going to cut anymore. You know? The person who will, you know, looks over your test will actually take more time to look at your answers. Because they're like, hey, she's showing up differently. Now I have to show up differently. Viewing this test. The star. The star. Virgo. Look at her. It's like things are coming over her. You know, it's like she is connected to a new source of energy. Beautiful. Star is a wish coming true. Something is coming true. And I think that you didn't even know that that was your deepest wish. King of Cups. King of Cups. Emotional fulfillment. Feeling more comfortable with emotions instead of emotions. Why you're crying? You know, you feel deep world of emotions. It just doesn't show on the surface. But that doesn't mean that feeling them on the inside doesn't hold just as much meaning. You don't have to show something on the external, on the outside, in order for other people to be convinced that you're happy with something. And I know, because I have a Virgo moon. So when it comes to certain emotions and things, I deal with it as a Virgo instead as a Cancer, that they always label as the external emotional feeling and expressor. But when it comes to real deep emotions, I deal with it as a Virgo. I feel it, I embrace it, I am it, but it doesn't always show an external. Let me be honest with you. I think maybe that's something that, you know, you guys have dealt with in the past. When someone does something for me so lovely, so, you know, with a lot of meaning, I put in time and energy and effort, I'm receiving it. I feel all these feels, and then this filter comes over my external because it just goes in. I'm taking it in and I'm not showing it on the outside as much as the other person would without a Virgo placement, you know. Doesn't mean I don't have this amount of gratitude or feelings or, you know, gratitude, happiness, joy, feelings. But because when it's too overwhelming, my internal soaks it up, and so it doesn't show in the external as much as I would, you know, expect it to. So it comes off very flat. You're first like, are you not happy with? No, I am. I just don't know what to say because everything is happening within me right now. And it's really hard to convince a person that that is what it is. That you are beyond grateful or happy with something, but it's not showing on the external in the extent that another sign or another person or the person who's handling it would expect. So they are comparing your response to what they would, you know, how they would have responded, and so they put a label on it. It's really hard. People constantly telling you that you're on the surface or they're not feeling, so you don't have any emotions, and you're not showing it when you feel so deeply. So not needing that acknowledgement to being okay with things just being inside of you, but still hold the same value, instead of it always having this filter over of like, yeah, but I need to show it externally, or like, no, it doesn't mean that you have to be the happy girl or happy man or happy boy all the time for people to know that you're so happy. No, it's about the internal world, and that's okay. It's enough. You could still be the King of Cups inside of you. It's okay. You are who you are, and that's okay. As long as you are allowing it to fill it to the fullest. It doesn't matter what is showing on the external or not. Okay, so it's important. As you, like I said with this, you're going to choose what shows up at the external or the High Priestess. As above, so below will show up. King of Pentacles. I told you it will show up. King of Cups. It's about what's happening within here, what's happening up there. And it will show up in your in the physical. The results will show up when you show up differently to the test. Like I said, the results will be different. The Magician. Certain things that you put you outside and might have actually made you feel all kinds of ways when you were a teenager, when you were young, because you were different in certain things. There's actually your magic. Don't ever question that you are not exactly what you are meant to be, who you are meant to be. I'm going to pick up my desk. I started to write certain things down actually during meditation. That's why I wanted to say that, share that. And for some reason I felt the need to put down an extra word in color. I wrote down for Cancers, I said Cancer creation. It's about creation. And I had Capricorn magic. And for you guys, I have Virgo fullness. And the fullness I feel, and it's like they say here as well, because this is what I wrote down. A new creation, new life goal or adventure will remove the lost feeling. Because I do feel that sometimes you guys feel more lost than you're allowing it, in yourself. So show up differently for yourself. How to take power over something you don't control. Over feeling there's this thing that you cannot control. You can't control when the love of your life walks into your life. You can do certain things for it, but you can't really control it. It's going to come and show up in divine timing. If that is something you can control, it can do two things to you. It can make you feel lost, can make you feel fearful, it can make you feel uncertain, or it can actually strengthen your faith. It could also be something you're excited about. Woo, anything can happen. Sorry, Virgo, my storage was full. I really have to deal with that as well. But it's like I said, getting excited about it, anything can happen. It's like, anything can happen. Or it's like, anything can happen. And you're like, oh my God, can't stop it. Right. I honestly think that a combination between Cancer and Virgo is the toughest thing to deal with sometimes. But yet it's so empowering at the same time, because we're quite alike. Only you can do certain things that a Cancer cannot do. And you got me that magic. Anyway, we all have our own special things. You get the Priestess from the Oracle cards. And you also have the High Priestess as your second card, So let's talk about it. I'm going to read it from the book for you. Let me first see where she's at. Hiding Priestess number 6. Okay. How are you being called to step up and lead? The priestess is a teacher dedicated to service, freedom, and leadership. You don't need to have it all together to lead. In fact, it helps if you don't. No one wants a perfect angel who hasn't made any mistakes. Let your life be your message. Don't underestimate the power of sharing your story. It's by hearing someone else's story that we feel less alone. We realize that we're exactly all in this thing called life together. The difference between a follower and a leader is that leaders have the courage to go first in stepping out. They shine a light on the path for others to venture forward to. Don't fret too much about trying to work out who is your tribe. Don't get stuck in age, income, hobbies, or occupation. The best way to discover your tribe is to look in the mirror. If you feel called to lead, chances are it is because at some point in your life you longed for someone to lead you. Your tribe are longing for exactly the same thing as you were and are, and might only be one step behind you. Hell, they may even be right alongside of you. You don't need anyone's permission, Virgo. Just the courage to stand up. Embrace your struggles, the peaks, the truths. You don't need to know the way. Just because there might be a different one. Your tribe is waiting for you. Step forward so they can find you. How powerful is that message? So, don't get stuck in age. I'm too old. I'm too young. I don't know if I'm ready, or in income. I don't have the money right now. I don't have enough income, or, I don't know if I should invest in this. Maybe something will come up. Maybe I should, No. They're asking you, no matter what you do, no matter where you are, study for the test, show up and see results different results coming in for you. You don't have to be perfect, and I'm talking to the Virgos, but perfection is within understanding that life isn't perfect and that there is perfection and imperfection in growth, in love, in learning through life, and to share that with people. That is perfection, because then you're doing exactly what you're meant to do and what you were meant to become and step into. So follow that lead, or follow your own lead. This is very important. High Priestess, with this new thing that is arising within you. Alright, Virgos. I don't know if I said it already with you guys, because I'm doing these readings after each other, but for the other signs, I actually uploaded an extended reading on Patreon. If you are on Patreon, I will do something extra for you, but not an extended, because I can only give as much as I have to, to give. You have to practice what I preach, and so this is what came true for you guys. I hope, right, some clarity, some guidance. Not everything will be for one person and vice versa, but maybe there was something in you that might help you along the way, and that's the reason why I'm here. All right, I love you, Virgo. Go shine that light. All right, bye.